I think because I run my own small business, this is kind of, in many words, HR in its purest form. When I ran my small business, you don't have HR people. You just got a bunch of people in a room. That was my rugby team. You don't have HR in a rugby team. So you don't have this sort of help. You just got to get on with it. And, I think that's really, really important. And, someone came up with this term about, because I think when you're working in teams of people like that, it's a small business. You can't have anybody who's not working within the team. And I came up with this term, energy sapper, and I don't know where I got it from. Again, it wasn't my idea, but and quite simply, it's someone who saps your energy. And when you're in a small business, you don't have energy sappers because, if you don't all make it work, you go out of business and you've all got to sell your houses and your kids have got to shift schools. So you don't have energy sappers. Sometimes the energy, when you got with bigger companies, when you have more organisations, suddenly people start doing stuff. And go, why are you doing that? Because you're just annoying the hell out of us. And we call these energy sappers. And then I looked up, someone came up with a definition of sap. And if you go to the Oxford Dictionary and you look up sap, there's all these horrendous words, like drain, erode, all words you wouldn't want your name ever associated with, undermine. So what I did was I just produced this thing for the Oxford Dictionary with sap on an A4 bit of paper and said that's it, and that's my definition. So when anyone was starting to mess around or just cause annoyance, you used to bring them in and go, that's you. You're undermining us, you're wearing us down. And most times people don't know they're doing it. And it's quite harsh because you don't want to be called an energy sapper. But it's just my way of kind of managing it, because you've got to be just brutally honest with people, And on the other time, I have energizers, which is all these words. Look up the word energy, and you look up all these lovely words like fire, force. So if someone's doing really well, you bring them in and go, well done, you're an energizer. I'm being inspired by what you do. But you bring in the energy sappers, and most times they go, whoa, I'm not. And I go, you are. And they hate it because they don't know they're doing it. They drift into it. It just could be like being continually late and it's drive you nuts, or drive me nuts. So that's what it is. It's quite a tough term when you think about it. But I can think of nothing worse than being called an energy sapper. Because, okay, sapping my energy, but when you're sapping other people's energies in the team by the way you are behaving or acting or the way you're doing your job, I mean, that's pretty terminal to me. And a good leader will now change that person around and switch from being an energy sapper into an energizer. Because you're never one thing or the other. You kind of drift every now and then between both. So, but you've cracked it when you get. I remember players ringing me up. It didn't happen all the time, but the odd time we'd get a player ringing you up and go, look, I'm not being an energy sapper, but. So it becomes part of your kind of dialogue, and so it becomes quite fun. You can have some fun out of this stuff as well. But that's where it came from.